Hello there. Welcome to another fountain pen review on my pens playlist. Today we're going to look at the Lamy Studio. This one is like a brushed black finish. I believe there's a stainless steel finish as well. Let me scoot up a little closer. Let's just look at the parts of the pen first. The cap is a snap-on. The shape of the body from the section back on the barrel tapers back, and then you have this chrome section, which is useful, which is got, if you can't see, maybe you can, it's got a bit of a lip on the very top of it, and that is what posts the pen. And if you look, this section of the cap does not contact the pen at all, so the pen body, so that you don't get scarred up and all kind of stuff here when you post the pen. From the section toward the end of the top of the cap is also tapered. You have a chrome, fairly slightly domed but mostly flat section on the top. The clip is different from most pens that I've seen, in that to me it looks like a boat paddle or something, but it comes down and then flattens out, and it's raised here, and the clip is fairly stiff, but it's not so stiff that you have trouble getting it in your pocket, that kind of deal. Overall, I like the look and design of the pen. You have Lamy here on the cap in white. It's a really classy, understated kind of design, in my opinion. From some of the reading that I have done on this pen, I hear people saying over and over again that this is a 1960s or thereabouts design. To me, it looks more modern to me. I guess with the brushed finish and the chrome accents and all, a lot of modern pens are understated in that way. And many of them are not, but a lot that I've seen are. But I really like it. It's classy and elegant without being showy, if you understand what I mean by that. And the cap, as I say, is a snap on, and you can hear when you listen. That's a positive lock. This is not going anywhere. So now you have a medium nib, stainless steel. There's Lamy's typical feed. You have and I think that this right here helps to, just like this section here, because it feels like there's a lip, yeah, right there on the edge, and that's where the cap locks in. So really good design as far as that goes. The cap is not coming off. It's not going anywhere. Nice and solid. It has a chrome section. I believe the body of this pen is metal. It has a chrome section. That is the only thing about the pen that I don't like. I like the look of it, but it is slick. I think the brushed stainless finish on this has a different type of section that's has a little more texture to it. I'm not sure, but I think I read that in a couple of places. But what it does, I like the smoothness of the feel, but it's a bit slick, and you'll notice in my writing sample of this pen, uh, it has a tendency to turn in my hand because the section is so slick that it just moves on its own with hand movement and all. But that's a small thing in my opinion compared to the rest of the pen and how smoothly it writes. It's got a good solid heft to it. Not very heavy, but feels really good in my hand. Nice quality feel to it. And all in all, it's a fantastic pen. And beautiful. Works really well. So, alright, we're going to move on to a writing sample. I recommend this pen. Lovely pen. Bless you. I'll see you in a second or two. Okay, so this is the Lamy Studio in black, and it has a medium nib. The paper is Tomoe, I guess that's close to how you pronounce it, River, and HP 20-pound copy. That's the reason for the two papers you see here, is I want to do kind of a comparison of them. The first thing I want to check, and that comparison is mainly for wetness, but as we get into the review more, I may use that paper more as well. But anyway, the first thing I want to do is check for the wetness of the nib. Oh, before we do that, the ink is Noodler's Purple Mark. Alright, now, look at that. Now that's, if I was just to do this and immediately wipe, you see really wet, right? Well, maybe not. Because it depends on the paper. This Tomoe River paper doesn't bleed, it doesn't feather, it doesn't absorb the ink. So it takes a lot longer for even really dry inks, in my experience, to dry on this paper. If we go over here to the copy, let's see what that does. Okay, that's not bad. Not a lot of difference there, but one, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's completely dry. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see the difference? So, when you see reviews on pens or inks, you have to understand that it depends on the paper that guy's using. If they're using Rhodia, if they're using Clairefontaine, there's a couple of others that are fairly popular. There's going to be differences in the way that paper absorbs ink and how long that ink stays wet on that paper. So that's why I'm using two, and I probably will be using two from now on, two different, just a 20-pound copy paper and then the Tomoe River in my review, so that people can see real-world representations of both papers and how the ink performs on them. So let's try the quick brown Fox jumps over the lazy dog. Okay, I don't see any skips, any kind of feathering, anything like that. How about fast? That's the way I held the pen. But I'm gonna kind of discount that because it's the way that I write. That's the deal. If you look, there's a bit of feather there, or I'm sorry, not feather, railroading. It gets a bit lighter here, but the line still remains. My O is open. That's, I think, due to the turn of the pen. All in all, this pen writes very, very smoothly. Let me go over here to the copy paper. It writes really smoothly. See, you see that skip again. That's me. There's a skip. There's a skip. Bit of railroading. You can see a lot of this is due to me, but some of it's probably the pen as well. But it writes really smooth. I must be running out of ink. It writes really smooth. I've been using this ink quite a bit. The sample that's in here. It writes really smooth, but you can see a difference in. Look at the difference in the thickness of that line. That's the difference between the absorptive properties of this paper and the Tomoe River. Just an FYI, but that still looks really good. I mean, you can see that the paper is sucking it up. But let's try a slow. The quick brown fox jumps over that lazy do-nothing dog. Wonderful line. Beautiful color. I love this ink, by the way, but just a really nice pen. It writes really well. It writes smoothly. The nib is good and smooth. It's got some weight to it. It feels pretty good in the hand. I like the design of it. All in all, just a lovely pen. And I got this one. Excuse me, need some coffee. I think they're 70 bucks if you buy them new. I found this one in a thrift store with a Safari. They were $5 each. Now they didn't come with converters, but I don't know if the pen actually comes with a converter or if you have to buy them separately, because I didn't buy these new. They were used, and I expect, since the Lamy converter is proprietary to their pens, that whoever got rid of the pen for whatever reason snagged those converters out of them before they did. So, but anyway, Lamy Studio, beautiful pen. Really, really happy with it. I think almost my favorite pen of the whole lot, discounting my Schaefer fine line. Alright, bless you, and I'll talk to you later.